Hello and welcome back to another LFR video. This time it is the Spoils of Panderia. Now this is it's weird. It's a fun boss, but in LFR it really does have some significant design problems, and honestly this raid is going to be a pain in the butt in LFR because there's just so many like mechanics and things that are completely like troll worthy, where one troll can just literally wipe the entire raid no matter what happens. So, yeah, I suppose I should probably just start by giving you a basic rundown of the fight. Now, you're in this, as you saw at the start there, I start up on that platform, and there's 4 different rooms, and the 2 of them are open initially, so the raid has to split in 2 and go into each one. Now, there's, like, every room has got a door to another room, and that door is opened by a lever, and the lever will only be activatable, I suppose that's like a word, whenever you kill enough monsters in the current room that you're in to power up the lever. Now if you look on the screen there, you can see on the right hand side it says Mogu Spoils and Mantid Spoils on my raid frames. Basically I have to get that little bar up to maximum, and that's what indicates the lever being open. So as you can see, I'm on the Mantid side and we're doing by far the best, but we still do manage to get it down. So every room's got these boxes in them, and the boxes, pretty much you open them up and a mob comes out pretty much, and you need to kill enough mobs to get enough souls into the lever thingy to open up the thing. Now the boxes are of different sizes. You have the small boxes. These are they contain small ads, they aren't really a problem. Then you have the medium ones that just contain medium ads. And then the really big ones, which they can contain sort of harder ones. Another interesting thing about this fight is you can get these really big like boss monsters. Now you can see the one at the minute. What it does is it puts a whole bunch of bombs on you. It's called set to blow, and you'll see me from time to time doing this. But essentially it puts 4 bombs in your back, and if 10 seconds passes these bombs will kill you. And that's why you need to drop them on the floor. And as you can see, you just drop them on the floor, they're off your player, and then they'll explode somewhere else. Now this is a problem, actually, in LFR, because, well, just imagine what one troll can do. Like, not only can one trolly player open up every single crate in a room and just wipe the raid that way, but they can also, or not even a troll, just a stupid person, they can also drop bombs in the raid. They can really cause so much just annoyance. It's quite weird. Other than that, though, it's really just a case of, don't stand in the fire. There'll be some, like, mechanics that you're used to. As an example, those 2 void zones on the floor. Don't stand in them. That would be bad. So really, like, I think each side you just need 1 tank, half your healers, half the DPS. And, yeah, it should be okay. Right now, I think we have, 9 stacks of determination. One thing about the PTR is that you're normalized in terms of your item level to 496. Now that might be okay for the first wing, but when the bosses start to get perhaps a tiny bit more complex, maybe a bit higher DPS requirement in, say, the 3rd wing, when your gear's normalized to 496, it makes it very hard. I don't know of any groups that have been able to actually just kill these bosses first time. They've all needed to have stacks of determination in order to hit the enrage. Even Iron Juggernaut, it nearly has 1 billion health, and it's just very hard to not hit the enrage for that boss. As you can see, our side and the Mantid Spoils, the 2 different rooms, you'll have a Mantid one and a Mogu one. If you start off in the Mantid one, then you'll move to the Mogu one. You can see there, just when I brought up the map, the 4 rooms. I found the Mantid one to be the hardest. The Mogu one's really just a whole bunch of don't stand in the crap. And you should be fine. So now we're just waiting for the other side to clear. Thankfully they do, though. For some reason I say let's hope they get it. Of course, at this time, I didn't actually know that those 2... I didn't really notice those 2 raid frames on the bottom right. So any minute now the door will open, hopefully, if these spanners over on the Mogu side manage to kill it. Eventually, maybe. There we go. And then, oh yeah, I never talked about the defense systems. It says there on the top, defense systems activating 300 seconds. Well, if that hits 0, then you're dead. And the only way to defeat that is just to blast your way through the different rooms. Of course, you get another 300 or so seconds added on for the second door, I suppose. So there's that. Unfortunately, I found this was a really good group that I was in, and you can see there on the bottom right, the server restarts, so we don't get to clear the place. It would have been nice to bring you videos and everything, but I don't know if I'll be able to. It's just, It's so goddamn hard to get through these LFRs. Like, not only is it an LFR group, but the tuning with your gear being scaled down, you basically need to have a good few wipes in before determination actually gives you the stats to kill, to actually get a kill realistically. So a lot of people end up leaving, and it just takes a very long time. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Now, these Mogu guys, may as well talk about them. You got those solid statue ones. They seem to do, if you remember the loot run solo scenario, where like they trigger and then there'll be a cone in front of them and like 3 seconds they'll whack the cone, do some damage, stun you. That's what they do. The big guy, so far I think he just whacks, maybe does a bit of AoE. He's really not a problem, you just need to not wipe him down, nuke him down. But you definitely do need to watch out for those stone ones so you don't get stunned by them, because it ends up being a lot of them running around the place. That said, they don't do that much damage, so it's not much of a problem. So yeah, right now our groups are both progressing very well. Ah, yes, there we go, Spark of Life. That little one that's a little spark flying around the place. It's funny, I would have thought it would be more deadly than it actually was. I think it does like 200k damage to people standing near it. So I thought in LFR, oh shit, nobody's going, everyone's going to be killed by them because people are silly. Well, apparently not. However, I would be a little bit worried that, the PTR players, there's probably more people that are concerned about testing and that kind of thing on the PTR than in the actual game. And perhaps you'd have a higher percentage of lesser skilled players getting themselves killed, and therefore making you fail DPS requirements. Which unfortunately there do seem to be, especially in this one. Depending on the gear of the raid. I think 496, I understand the Blizzard want to test them out by really throwing us into the frying pan or whatever, but goddamn, it's a really hard requirement. One of the things that they specifically asked for with the feedback is how many stacks of determination you killed them at, so I suppose they really do want to see just what sort of numbers, they're twiddling around with numbers, I suppose. So yeah, the two groups are nearly done. Oh yes, there's the Dark Anubis mob. It does this an ability similar to Matter Swap, that's not really a problem. Other things to talk about. Yeah, just in general, my experience of this tier, like, it's very LFR unfriendly. You've already seen the high potential for trolling and silly people ruining your fun in this particular fight. But in pretty much all of them, there seems to be a potential to do that. It's quite weird, actually. I mean, I haven't really done a Mercies, etc. I tried a Mercies ages ago. I did a video on it like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. But the thing with a Mercies is, if people aren't on top of killing the ads, then your raid will probably wipe. That's a little bit of a problem. In Nurashen, there's like a personal challenge people have to do. I'd be worried that some people will mess that up, although hopefully I don't think it should be too much of an issue. The second boss is just a whole bunch of ads. I'm pretty sure that you'll just be able to group them all up and kill them. It is LFR after all. Let's see what else. Oh, we have Galakras. Now Galakras is one that it will vary very much between the different groups. As long as you have 6 or 7 people who are competent in your group, and then plus healers and tanks, you'll be able to do it, because as long as you have one group that's going around the different towers and being competent with those, then you'll be fine. Iron Juggernaut seems to be okay as long as people are not stupid killing themselves with the mines. That's one thing. And General Nazgrim, well, I think that right now what they need to do, and you saw my concern in the previous video, they need to just make sure the defensive stance doesn't make him regenerate more rage, because my god. Like, if you want whirling axes flying around and killing you, that is the thing to go into. So yeah, we're just coming to the end of the kill here. This was a fun fight. Actually, once it went well, it was a fun fight. There's plenty of ads coming around the place, and the better your group is, the more things you can open, so you can keep up the pace pretty well. And I suppose in terms of like recommendations, I'd say tanks should probably open pretty quick, but still comfortable manner. And other than that, just DPS, kill the stuff that's alive, and you should be good, providing that the DPS is enough of the raid. But anyway, the clip is over, and so is my commentary. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.